DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Tonight, caught on camera, officers forcefully arrest a woman at a Royal Farms. We have the video and County Executive Matt Meyer's response. Plus, Kent County residents will see a few new fees for community services. We'll break down the changes and what they mean for you. And looking for fireworks displays and other festivities the 4th of July? We have a comprehensive list to help you celebrate safely and in style. Those stories and much more straight ahead tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Here's what's making headlines across Delaware today. We begin in Newcastle County, where police are investigating an incident in which 4 officers were captured on video forcefully arresting a woman in a Route 40 Royal Farms parking lot. The video, which was posted on social media, shows the officers detaining the woman, with one officer reportedly pulling her hair and another striking her. The incident, which began as a traffic violation, escalated to charges of offensive touching of a police officer and resisting arrest. County Executive Matt Meyer promised to release police body-worn camera footage. He says, quote, "We are aware of the recent video circulating around social media, and the incident will be investigated by the professional standards and use of force units." Meyer also announced a review of police policies and training. Follow up to a story we brought you last night. The Holio Child Care Center in Wilmington is shutting down indefinitely after its license was suspended. This follows an investigation into allegations of rough handling of children. The Office of Child Care Licensing substantiated 14 claims against the center, including failure to report suspected abuse and improper discipline. The board of directors announced the closure in a letter to parents, citing a commitment to making the right decisions for everyone involved. Families are now seeking alternative care options. Education department officials advise families researching child care centers to use the State Office of Child Care Licensing online database to review the facility's licensing monitoring visits, which include inspection reports and substantiated complaints. And state police are investigating a fatal motorcycle crash in Smyrna. It happened yesterday around 2 in the afternoon when police say a 2017 Toyota Camry turned left onto Route 1 northbound, colliding with a motorcycle heading southbound on DuPont Parkway. The motorcyclist, a 54-year-old man from Dover, was pronounced dead at the scene. The Toyota driver, a 26-year-old woman from Bear, was not injured. Police are asking witnesses to call 302-365-8486. And a Delaware judge on Tuesday refused to dismiss a lawsuit involving the 2021 death of a mentally ill woman, Kelly Rooks, who was killed by a state trooper. Raymond Rooks alleges that police used excessive force and violated his sister's rights under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Deputy General Nicholas Piccolini Jr. argued that police did not intentionally discriminate against Rooks and are protected by qualified immunity. Superior Court Judge Jeffrey Clark, however, ruled that the lawsuit's claims must be considered true at this stage. The lawsuit accuses Trooper Dean Johnson of excessive force and claims other troopers failed to intervene. Clark dismissed one failure to intervene claim, but allowed others to proceed. The state attorney general's office previously justified Johnson's actions, citing Rooks' threat and gunshot fire. And a Wilmington firefighter was hospitalized for minor injuries sustained while battling a row house fire on North Lombard Street in Wilmington. That happened Tuesday afternoon. The fire, which broke out in the attic and roof area of one home, quickly spread to an adjoining house. Firefighters fought the blaze from several directions, including the roof, but had to retreat to a neighboring rooftop as the fire grew as intensity. Despite the challenging conditions, firefighters managed to bring the blaze under control within 45 minutes. No other injuries were reported, and the Wilmington Fire Marshal's office is, of course, investigating the cause of this blaze. Several fire departments from Newcastle County provided backup during this incident. And state police have arrested 28-year-old Jonathan Blackwell of Milford on felony charges after a shooting at Big Chill Surf Cantina down in Rehoboth Beach. Reportedly on June 28th, just after midnight, a fight in the parking lot led to Blackwell allegedly shooting a 27-year-old man in the leg. The victim was taken to the hospital. Blackwell was arrested in Pennsylvania just 2 days later, and he faces multiple felony charges upon extradition to Delaware. Authorities continue to investigate and urge anyone with information to call 302-752-3792, or you can contact Delaware Crime Stoppers. To Kent County now, where the city of Dover this week announced a survey to get public feedback on possible marijuana ordinances. With recreational marijuana recently legalized here in Delaware, Dover officials are looking for public comment on possible guidelines on if and where marijuana would be permitted in the city. To participate in this survey, simply head to DETV's Facebook page, where we'll have a link to it after this broadcast. And Kent County residents will see an increase in fees following the levy court's decision to adopt changes for the Community Services Department. These changes, approved back on June 11th, introduced several new changes aimed at covering operational costs. Among the new fees is a $50 per hour custodial fee for the Kent County Recreation Center. This particular fee is intended to help cover the expenses of salaries, benefits, and supplies for custodial staff. Additionally, a $50 per hour security fee has also been implemented. The Director of Community Services will determine the need for these services, which will be provided and contracted armed guards under the county's contract. The fee mirrors the current off-duty pay rate for law enforcement officers. The updated fee schedule also includes charges for the initial lining and preparation of unmarked sports fields. The county also decided to eliminate all discounts for additional hours on the Recreation Center's courts and turf field. The new fee structure aims to ensure that the Community Services Department can adequately fund its operations and continue to provide necessary services. Turning further north now, starting this fall, Brandywine High School will be implementing a new cell phone policy. Students will be required to place their cell phones and related electronic devices in designated pockets at the front of the classroom. The school says this change is aimed at reducing distractions and promoting better focus in the classroom. Comments from parents have been mixed, some saying they support this change, while others challenge the policy, citing not being able to contact their children in the case of an extreme emergency. For more details on this upcoming change, head to visit brandywineschools.org/Brandywine. And staying in Wilmington now, the Community Education Building is set for expansion thanks to significant federal funding secured by Delaware's congressional delegation. Senator Chris Coons, Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester, and Community Education Building Board Chair Thayer DuPont announced the allocation of $3 million through the federal appropriations process. Senator Coons emphasized the funding's impact, stating, quote, "This $3 million is just a down payment on the next chapter of this amazing facility." The Community Education Building, housing several schools, plans to develop a youth development center and enhance its educational and community services. Congresswoman Blunt Rochester highlighted the focus on equity, calling it foundational to the Community Education Building's mission. And ChristianaCare Go Health Urgent Care will expand its reach here in Delaware with the opening of 4 new locations on July 14th. The new centers will be situated in Newark, Newcastle, Dover, and Wilmington, bringing the total number of locations to 14 here in the first state, along with 2 in Maryland. As part of this expansion, the existing Fairfax location in North Wilmington will merge with a new nearby site on Concord Pike. These urgent care centers will provide treatment for non-life-threatening illnesses and injuries, offering on-site x-ray services and diagnostic testing. According to United Health Group, urgent care is more than 5 times more affordable than a visit to the emergency room, highlighting the cost effectiveness of these services. Grand opening events for the new urgent care centers will be held later this summer in their respective communities. For a full list of Christiana Care GoHealth locations, visit gohealthuc.com/ChristianaCare. Well, not a big fan of the big bangs and loud noises that come with a spectacle of a fireworks show? Well, not to worry. Delaware Park Casino's Delaware Handicap Festival of Racing will offer free admission to all ages this weekend, July 6th and July 7th. It will feature racing, live entertainment, food trucks, and a patriotic drone light show on Saturday, July 6th. That's going to start around 9:15 p.m. An alternate to fireworks, the show eliminates noise, which means less stress on the horses, as well as neighboring pets and even children who are sensitive to loud sounds. The 100 drones will be synchronized to music and will be viewable from the grandstands. For more information, head to DelawarePark.com. And no matter where you live, you're more than likely going to hear lots of snap, crackles, and pops over the next couple of days, whether you enjoy them or whether you'd rather avoid them. Fireworks have been on sale here in Delaware, but the rules are strict. According to Delaware State Fire Marshal's Office, sparklers and ground-based displays are allowed only on July 4th and a select few other holidays, such as New Year's Eve. Explosive airborne fireworks like bottle rockets and Roman candles are absolutely banned year-round. The State Fire Marshal's Office emphasizes safety, advising against non-professional displays due to fire hazards and, of course, potential injuries. Professional fireworks displays are recommended for safety and quality. And speaking of leaving it to the pros, DETV has compiled a comprehensive list of firework displays and other festivities around the first state. Before we get to those, we want to wish you and your loved ones a happy, safe, and relaxing 4th of July. For this edition of DETV News, I'm Matt Ford. We'll see you right back here next week. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and Nurse Navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America. And I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.